And so if I am so focused on staying on the line, I can't fulfill my assignment. But my God is big enough to handle my fault, my screw ups, my mess ups, because he's already prepared for what I might do. He knows what I'm going to do before I do it, and he already made preparation for me before I get there. What follows darkness is light. That darkness is the indicator that light is getting ready to shine. So there it is in Genesis, when darkness was upon the face of the deep, and God in the spirit form moved upon the face of the waters, and then God said, let there be. Because darkness precedes the light. Are you understanding what I'm saying? But he needs the darkness there so that God can move upon the face of the deep, so that the shift can take place. Let's look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor that shift take place in the darkness. Y'all didn't hear what I just said. Everybody's not going to see the shift that's happening. They see the chaos, but they don't see the shift. They see all the craziness going on in your life, but they don't understand that underneath the darkness, God is moving in secret. He's moving in quiet. He's moving in the hidden places. He's moving in the cracks and the corners and the crevices. He's moving in places that you cannot see. And when the light comes, they're going to see a new order. Afraid to dream, afraid to imagine. But I'm here to tell you that you are an infinite, limitless, boundless being. Are you willing to do what is necessary to have what you desire?
Thank you for joining us. Please take a moment and like the Facebook page. Subscribe to the YouTube page and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we go live. If you are finding value in these enrichment sessions, please consider supporting this page financially. Your donations allow us to continue to provide spiritual enlightenment, self-exploration, and kingdom knowledge. Also, consider becoming a partner because partnerships have this privilege. As a partner, you'll be able to attend our annual Partners Only Summer Summit, join us for our 6 a.m. virtual daily guided meditation sessions, weekly advanced empowerment sessions, regular prophetic insights and instructions, 30% discount on all Emerge books and merchandise, and a custom Emerge t-shirt. You'll also gain full access to the private Emerge Movement community page as well as group chats. Once again, thank you for watching.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Emerge Empowerment Session. I'm your host, Isaac J. Miles Sr., and I'm glad for those of you that have joined me. Toya, it looks like it's just us tonight, you and Sam and me, and that's okay. I'm still going to go ahead and teach for the two of you that are here, and we are going to move forward. Listen, I'm excited to be able to talk to you tonight about the very first energy conjunction of the year. This is the very first one. And while it is not one of the major ones of the year, hey, all right, good to see you. All right, so now, there's three of us on here. That's good. That's still, I'm going to keep right on going. Thankful for you being here with us this evening. Happy New Year to everybody. Glad that you are here. Glad that you are present. So we want to talk about the very first energy conjunction of the year. This is the first collision of energy of the year. And while it is not a major one, in the sense of there are some that are coming this year that are going to be much bigger and last much longer, it's still a very important one, a very impactful one, and one that bears our paying attention to so that we can take advantage of this surge of energy, this power, this anointing that is made available because of the interaction that's taking place in the constellations as well as the laws that are in operation within the kingdom of God, that is the universal laws that govern the spirit world. And so tonight I want to spend some time explaining this conjunction, this emergence of power, this collision of power, this buildup of energy that is going to be released over a period of time, January the 7th, this week, January the 7th through the 9th. It will reach its apex or peak on January the 8th, and then begin its decline and then culminate January the 9th. Okay, it will reach its peak begin January the 7th, reach its peak on January the 8th, and then begin its decline and dissipate by January the 9th. This is a surge of energy that is caused by the collision of energy or the conjunction of these two energies as two very important planets move into Capricorn at the same time. They move in simultaneously, remaining there for just a few hours that cover a period from the 7th to the 9th, and then move on in different directions, diverging into different directions, one heading toward Aquarius, the other heading toward Taurus. So but for this moment, very unusual occurrence for these two very important planetary systems, these constellations, to align themselves in Capricorn at the same time. And they bring about an activation of certain universal, acceleration rather, and elevation of certain universal laws. The law of cause and effect, which is the granddaddy of them all, and it's really always in effect and accelerated through every movement of the constellation and every energy surge. But the main one is the law of gender. That is the masculine and feminine energy, the yin and the yang, if you will. This is the main one that will be activated and intensified during this window of time. It's a very short window. So I want to try and dig into it and explain what's happening, what the implications of it is, and how you can take advantage of this energy, explain some of the things that you'll begin to feel and see. And here's the thing, everybody is going to feel the effect of this particular movement, even if they're not consciously aware of what it means or why they're feeling what they're feeling. The law is the law is the law. It is an operation at all time. And the spirit world, the kingdom of God, is dramatically shifting and moving. That kinetic energy is active, whether you are consciously aware of what's taking place or not. What will happen in many cases for those who are not learned or have not been given the kind of insight that I'm going to give you tonight, they'll say, well, I'm feeling some kind of way, or I'm feeling kind of funny, or they might even say that I'm feeling, it's like I'm fighting depression. It's not depression, it's alignment. Let me say it again. It is not depression, it is alignment. It is redefining your psyche, your psyche, your soul. It is your soul beginning to evolve and shift, transitioning to fit the new you that is emerging from within you. But everyone will feel this happening. You'll feel this tectonic movement, the plate shifting, it feels like the earth is shifting beneath your feet. It feels like you are going through a psychological shift or change that seems really dramatic and almost inexplicable if you're not consciously aware, if you've not been given insight into what is happening in the atmosphere around you that is causing you to have these deep-rooted reactions within your soul, your psyche, your psyche. And so that's the reason why tonight I want to explain this collision or conjunction of energy that is taking place between Mars and Venus. Mars and Venus both moving into Capricorn simultaneously, and Mars and Venus also representing the masculine and the feminine energy, therefore intensifying, elevating, and accelerating the law of gender as well as the law of cause and effect. Okay? And as others are coming on, you may be coming on a little bit later. We're in the midst of the conversation. Please announce yourself as you come in just by saying hello or good evening or something, so I'll know who's on here with us as we're going on. So just say hello in the comments, if you will, and I'll know that you're here. I see by the numbers that someone else has joined us. If you don't mind just saying hello in the comments so I know who that someone is. Oh, it's you, Sharon. Hey, girl. Good to see you. Glad that you are here. So, in astrology and astronomy, Venus and Mars are considered the cosmic power couple, if you will, because they represent the masculine and feminine energy, the yin and the yang. Okay? Venus governs love and beauty and harmony and relationships, values, and what we desire emotionally. Let me say that again. Venus represents love and harmony, relationships, values, and the things that we value emotionally. While Mars, Venus represents the feminine energy. While Mars is representative of the masculine energy, it represents our desires, our drive, our passion, and our physical energy, our brute strength, if you will. When these two energies, these two planetary cosmological energies collide or come together in the same constellation, which is Capricorn, at the same time, their energies merge, blending affection, which is Venus, with action, which is Mars, producing an intensified passion, attraction, and motivation. Let me say that again. When these two energies collide or meet together in one constellation, which is Capricorn, and I'll talk a little bit about what Capricorn represents, because Capricorn brings about clarity that is passionate and emotional, okay? But it brings it about with severe clarity, almost a cold clarity, if you will. When these two energies merge, it produces an intensified level of passion along with attraction and motivation. This is when passion meets purpose. And I think I said that even when I sent out the notice about what we would talk about. We're looking at when passion meets purpose. And this is vitally important, because what happens in many cases is that you have passion misaligned with purpose. And so you are passionate about something that really does not align with your divine purpose or your original intent for being in this earth. Or you have purpose without passion. That is, this is the intent for your being in the earth, but you lack the passion to really pursue it. That misalignment causes you to become stagnant or easily distracted, and so you get pulled in one or another direction that leads to really frustration, because it does not produce the kind of fruitful outcome that you desire and that should align with your highest vision and version of yourself. Passion without purpose is aimlessness. It is futile. It is futile, rather. When you have passion without purpose. And purpose without passion is just as futile, because if you are not passionate about the pursuit of your purpose, then you will easily become distracted, and you'll end up laying purpose on the shelf and not really pursuing it as you should. And therefore you are feeling unfulfilled, because you are giving your passion to something that is really not your purpose. How many of you can bear witness to the fact that you have found yourself giving your passion, your energy, your strength, your attention, your focus to something that's really not your purpose? And so you are pouring all of this passion into it. It is not producing the kind of fruitfulness that you desire and that you believe that it should. Well, it is not producing that fruitfulness because it is not aligned with your purpose. Sharon says, oh yes, exactly. You find yourself pouring all of this passion and effort and energy into something, and it's like, why isn't it working? Why is it not coming together? Why is it not prospering? Why is it not growing, elevating, and expanding? Because you are pouring a passion into something that is not aligned with your original intent for being, with the purpose of your life. When passion meets purpose, then growth and expansion is automatic. Woo! Let me say that again. When your passion meets purpose, when they are perfectly aligned, harmoniously aligned with each other, then growth and expansion becomes automatic. Automatic. Passion and purpose produce manifestation and growth and acceleration and expansion without anything other than your passionate pursuit of that purpose. When you are not seeing that, it is not because of there is something wrong with your soil, because the soil automatically is designed to produce a growth, a catastrophic growth, an enormous exponential growth. You have to begin to ask the question, what is preventing the soil and the seed from doing what it is designed to do? When your seed is sown into the soil, good, rich, fertile soil, and you are not getting production, the question you must begin to ask is not what's wrong with the seed or the soil, but what is preventing the seed and the soil from doing what it is designed to do. And the question and the answer is, am I directing my passion toward that which is purposed? Am I directing my passion, my energy toward that which is a part of my original intent for being? Are you hearing me? Because passion misdirected without purpose leads to frustration. Can I get a witness in this house? Passion that is misdirected, misaligned, and is now thrown out aimlessly towards something that is not aligned with your divine purpose will lead to frustration. And purpose without passion will lead to distraction. You will easily be distracted, tossed to and fro, start chasing behind something else that is without purpose, misaligned with your divine intent, the reason for your being, and you'll find yourself chasing rabbits. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Chasing behind something that is futile because it is not aligned with your divine purpose. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this first energy conjunction, this alignment of energy, this collision of energies is offering clarity at the beginning of the year. And remember what we talked about, the law of first fruits, when we talked about the law of consciousness, when we talked about how what you do first will begin to impact the rest. This first conjunction is not by accident. It is not by coincidence. It is divinely designed to give you clarity at the very start of the year so that you don't waste time throughout the rest of 2026 channeling your passion towards something that is not purposeful. It is setting the stage and setting the foundation for you to have a productive, purpose-filled year so that you are achieving and accelerating and experiencing and expanding in every facet, in every area of your life. Now, even though tonight I'm going to focus just on 3 major areas, I want you to know that those 3 are not comprehensive. They are just the 3 majors, but there are several other areas underneath those because this is setting the stage for every single area of your life moving forward throughout 2026 in this universal 10 year. In this year that is setting the stage for the next 15 years that will follow this one, which coincides with the year of Aquarius, that is this Pluto sitting in Aquarius for 20 years, the next 18 years, because we've already started it. So 15 of these years are impacted dramatically by what you are going to do and the decisions you're going to make in this year. And this part of the first fruit, that is the first part of the year, this first conjunction is designed to give you clarity, bringing both the masculine and feminine energy within you to the forefront into alignment so that you're able to supercharge your 2026 in an elevated fashion. Woo! Good gracious alive. I just said a mouthful. I hope you caught everything that I just said. And if you didn't, then you need to make sure you comment so that I can repeat it or ask questions so that I can explain further. Okay, if you don't, I'm just going to keep going because I got a lot of ground to cover. Okay, so here we are at this, approaching this conjunction again that begins on the 7th and runs through the 9th, reaching its apex on the 8th. It will reach its apex, its height. It will be at its most intense level on January the 8th. It will begin on the 7th, peak on the 8th, and begin to dissipate and dispel by the end of the 9th. Okay? Everybody following me so far? All right. So, excuse me. I'm drinking ginger and turmeric tea. And I am on to solid food after coming off my extended fast. Not really heavy stuff, but like, I've had some salad. I had some soup with vegetables in it, vegetable soup. I'm trying to think of what else I've had. I'm not a big bread eater, but I had a little bit of bread to go along with it to kind of keep it balanced and settled. Still haven't tried any meat yet. I'm thinking I might try some meat tonight. I don't know. But coming off that fast, man, I'm telling you, it's been great. You did. You made some the other day. Wonderful. So I'm doing it just coming off the extended fast. I was on a fast for a total of 14 days. So I'm trying to make sure that I reintegrate into eating food, solid foods, in a slow manner so I don't tear my stomach up and cause myself any kind of pain. All right, so because this conjunction occurs in Capricorn, I don't know, I'm just telling y'all all my little business about the fast and got off subject, didn't I? I'm sorry. Y'all, just come on. Because this conjunction occurs in Capricorn, it's not just about, even though Mars and Venus are definitely the two planets of masculine and feminine, and so most people start thinking romantically, and it does involve your romance and your relationship life, but it is not just about romantic or intimate, close friendship or relationships. This is passion aligned with long-term goals and purpose. This is where passion meets purpose. So instead of just random drama, the focus is more on commitment and direction, strategic attraction, and desire that is tied to goals and productivity rather than just pure indulgence of whatever your particular desires or proclivity might be at the time. Okay? So let me say that again. Because it is centered in Capricorn, this is not purely about romance and relationships. That's included. That's a part of the three major impacts, areas of impact that I'm going to discuss tonight. But it affects and impacts every facet of your life. And specifically, it is about commitment with direction, strategic action rather than just chemistry and feelings, and about desire that is tied and tethered to your goals and to productivity rather than just pure indulgence of what it is that you're desiring or feeling. Okay? So I want you to take note of this, that Venus enters Aquarius a few days after this particular collision. I think it actually moves into Aquarius around the 18th. I think it starts in around the 17th, the end of the 17th, and then reaches its climax on the 18th. That Venus will move into Aquarius. Why is that important? Because Pluto is in Aquarius. Hello? I'm not going to get into that one too much because that's ahead. That's around the 17th and 18th. But it's worth noting that as soon as this energy merger is finished on the 9th, a few days later, about a week later, Venus is going to move into Aquarius and create a whole nother energy around relationships that we'll talk about as we approach that. Okay? So just make a note of that, put a pin in that, and we'll talk more about that. This month is littered with a number of major events because why? Why? Come on. Because it is the month of January and it is about setting the stage for the entirety of 2026, which is the heave and the harvest. The heave and the harvest. The first part of the year, from January to June, is the heave. And then the harvest from July to December. It is setting the stage for the entirety of 2026. January's events are all about laying the groundwork, laying the foundation, creating a substratum for you to be able to build upon through the heave and the harvest throughout the year of 2026. I am here to tell you, don't let anybody convince you otherwise. 2026 is going to be a phenomenal year if you walk in alignment with the information that I'm sharing with you. Now, you're not required to. You can go about haphazardly and do whatever it is that you choose. That's fine. But for those of you who are intentional and deliberate about having one of the best years of your life, I am telling you that if you follow the instructions, if you listen to the information and the guidance that I am giving you throughout the month of January and that I'll be sharing with you throughout the year, you will be in line for one of the best years of your life. And I am guaranteeing that. Guarantee. If you don't have one of the best years of your life this year, it will only be because you are walking out of alignment with the factual, spiritual principles and practices that I am commissioned to share with you during the course of this year. And I am not the only. Please don't get the idea that I'm trying to say that you got to listen to me and nobody else. That's ridiculous. Okay? Because there are tons of people who have an understanding and who will probably be sharing along the same lines. So I am not by any means trying to create some kind of cult activity where it's like, oh, we're the only ones. No. But what I am saying to you is that I am confident, 100% confident in the information that I am sharing with you and how valuable it is. And I want to encourage you, those of you who are not silver level partners, paid partners, to become paid partners. And I've even considered lowering the partner fee so to make it more accessible to everyone, even though I'm conflicted about it because it almost devalues the information that I'm sharing with you. But I also want to be able to make sure that it's more accessible to everyone. So I'm really considering lowering the partner fee to something like $20 or $25 instead of $50. I don't know. I'm going to do some more wrestling and praying with that one. Anyway, I'm getting off subject again. Okay. Oh, Sharon, you had a dream about this last night. Really? Well, hopefully what I'm sharing with you will align with your dream. And please feel free to share anything that you've received or any questions that you may have or any alignment that you see. Okay? Share. That's what the comments are for. All right. So, this teaching narrows the focus to 3 interlocking dimensional activities that are taking place during this merger of energy, this collision, this conjunction of Venus and Mars in Capricorn. It's not just Venus and Mars colliding. It is Venus and Mars colliding in Capricorn. Okay? That's very significant in the constellation of Capricorn. Okay? I want to focus tonight on 3 major implications or areas, even though it will impact every facet of your life. I promise you, you are going to feel it. Everyone will feel it, even if they don't understand it. But I want to focus it because if I tried to cover every area, we'd be here all night long. We got or at least for a good 4 or 5 hours. And I'm not going to be on for 4 or 5 hours. Okay. I want to just narrow it down to 3 major areas. You can write these down. Number 1, the psychological and patterning, the psychological and emotional repatterning your psychological and emotions, your psyche and your emotions, creating a new pattern. Since I'm having a hard time saying repatterning. Okay, so number 1 is the psychological and emotional repatterning that's going to take place during this window of time. Number 2, relationships and attachment dynamics. Relationship and attachment dynamics, both romantic relationships, intimate relationships, sexual relationships, friendship relationships, soul level relationships. Every type of relationship will be impacted. Every type of relationship you have in your life, professional relationships, business relationships, will be impacted by this collision of energy. Okay, so that's the second area. And then the third area, the creative and financial power. Your creative and financial power. How this is going to impact and affect your creative and financial power. Okay? Everybody with me? You got all 3 of them? You got all three of them? Toya, you normally scribe for me. Please write these three in the comments for me. Number 1, psychological and emotional repatterning. Psychological and emotional repatterning. Setting a new pattern for your psyche and your emotions. Number 2, relationships and attachment dynamics. Okay, reordering, discerning, understanding, and recategorizing all of your relationships, from romantic to intimate, sexual, professional, business, every type of relationship that you have, whether casual or a more serious relationship. Okay? And then finally, number 3, your creative and financial power. Your creative and financial power. Okay? All right. So let's dig in. Let's start with the psychological and emotional repatterning. I'm getting better. Okay? I don't know why I was struggling with that word repatterning earlier. Repatterning. Okay? What do I mean by this? When I talk about repatterning, or changing the pattern of your psyche, soul level consciousness, and your emotions, I am talking about doing away with, or the collapse of self-betrayal. Now, many of you have struggled with self-betrayal, where you betray and jeopardize your own soul, psyche, emotional health for the sake of someone or something else. It's a pattern of behavior that you have developed through the years, probably stemming from some trauma that you don't even remember that happened in your childhood or happened in your adolescence, that is now peaking up and showing itself as you're creating a pattern of behavior where you minimize your own emotional well-being, your own psychological well-being, your conscious well-being for the sake of others. And you'll, in most cases, label it being humble. Yeah, humility, humble, or consideration for others. And there is nothing wrong with humility, and there is nothing wrong with being considerate or considering others, but not at your own emotional and psychological well-being or expense. Let me say that again. And as you enter into this phase, this window where Venus and Mars's energy are colliding in Capricorn, Capricorn is going to bring some clarity to your conscious mind and cause you to begin to see and discern clearly where you have been sacrificing, jeopardizing, and minimizing your own emotional well-being, your own psychological well-being in the name of being humble or considerate or for the sake of someone else's comfort. Shrinking yourself and making yourself small, sacrificing your own psychological and emotional comfort and health and well-being so that others won't be offended by whatever is taking place in the relationship or taking place around you. How many of you can bear witness and say, yes, you're talking about me? I've been struggling with this, and I'm just now starting to really see. And that's what this moment is about, to bring it to the surface and to bring it to you clearly. Hold up this reflection, this mirror, so that you can see it clearly, because what you don't see, what you don't confront, you will never change. Let me say that again. Whatever you don't see, what you refuse to confront, you will never change. You can't conform what you don't confront. Ooh. You cannot conform or convert what you do not confront. Are you hearing me? Okay, yes. Sharon says, yes, but not anymore. Killing myself. Exactly. Many of you are killing yourselves emotionally, psychologically, because you are jeopardizing your own emotional and psychological well-being for the sake of peace, humility, consideration. Don't want to offend them. Don't want to hurt their feelings. Don't want anyone to lose this or feel bad about that. In the meantime, you are suffering in silence. And Capricorn is placing a demand on that masculine and feminine energy within you and forcing it to look at this realistic reflection in the mirror of the universe, that is, of the kingdom of God, and see where that sacrifice, that kind of behavior has been damaging to your progress. It has delayed, slowed, and in some cases even stagnated your progressive move forward, because you have become so preoccupied with everyone else's comfort and feelings that you are stagnant now. And yes, Sharon, it does impact your physical health. Okay? Yes. Sharon says, or you just want them to see you are a good person. Sheesh. Folks think that they want you, think what they want to think about you. That's right. Here's the thing. You're so busy trying to get people to see that you're a good person, not to have any kind of ill will or ill thoughts about you, or to have these, crazy machinations about who you are. But here's the reality. And Sharon just said it. It's true. People are going to think whatever they choose to think. And how people think about you is not your problem. That is their issue. Their thoughts about you is filtered through their own trauma. Oh, goodness. Let me say that again. People are viewing you through the lens of their own traumas, their own feelings, thoughts, behaviors, experiences, and then they are interpreting what you say and how you act and what you do based upon the lens that they are seeing through. And here you are carrying around this unnecessary weight, trying to win the approval of people who cannot approve of you, who cannot see the value in you, because they are looking through colored lenses that are colored by their own trauma. And yet you find yourself trying to prove that you're a good person to people who are trained not to see good in anybody. They don't even see the good in themselves. Ooh. Ooh. You trying to get people to like you who don't even like themselves. You're trying to get them to love you and they don't even love themselves in a healthy fashion. You're trying to get them to love you through their narcissism. Lord have mercy. And a narcissist, or a person who has these narcissistic tendencies, can never give you pure, unadulterated love, because they don't know how to love themselves even. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And so here you are stressing yourself out and going to pieces and hurting yourself emotionally and psychologically, thinking that it's going to win them over. And it's not. And this collision, this emergence of the masculine and feminine energy within you, merging together in this constellation of Capricorn, brings clarity and helps you to see that that is a futile venture. You are wasting your time and energy trying to win the approval of people who will never approve of who you are. They can't even see you clearly because their lenses are colored. Colored by their own hurt, their scars, their wounds, their emotional trauma. Are you hearing me? So they become accusatory, accusing you of something that you are completely innocent, oblivious of. They mad at you without even a reason, or at least not a reason that they clearly understand, because they are misinterpreting who you are because they can't see you clearly. The problem is you are not seeing you clearly, and because you don't see you clearly, you are trying now to fit into a mold that you think will be clarity for someone else. But when you are clear about yourself, then you don't have to worry about clarity with other people. They will either see you or they won't, hear you or they won't, know you or they won't, understand you or they won't. Are you hearing me? And that is of no consequence to your life. So you are moving this week into an era, into a window of time that's going to bring clarity to those behaviors, actions, choices, and decisions that you've been making that cause you to be misaligned with your own divine feminine and masculine energy to bring forth the kind of productivity that comes from when masculine and feminine come together. Think of it from the sexual end, that in order to produce new life, you've got to have both the receptivity and the giver and the receiver. There has got to be that masculine and the feminine completely aligned harmoniously to bring about the production of new life. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has to happen within you because you have both the masculine and feminine energy within the one three-dimensional form. And it has to align itself harmoniously in order for you to bring forth productivity. Are you hearing me? Psychologically and emotionally. Gird up the loins. There's that word again, that Asian word, one of the three Asian words in the scriptures that literally means to gird up the procreative power of your conscious mind, to protect it, shield it, fortify it, to have clarity, so that you are able to be productive. Because if your conscious mind, your emotional well-being, your psychological well-being is not clear, then productivity is blocked. And so you become sterile. Woo! Lord have mercy. I said you become sterile, trying to produce but can't, trying to conceive but can't, trying to create but can't. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? Many of you find yourself in emotional, psychological stagnation, not able to really create within your conscious mind the reality that you desire for your life because you have been sterilized. Woo! Your conception has been shut down because of the misalignment of the masculine and feminine energy within you, because you are so busy following a pattern that is unhealthy for you psychologically and emotionally. And your psyche and your emotions have to be harmoniously aligned, because your psyche creates, your emotions accelerates. Feelings are what magnetizes your thoughts. Y'all remember this. I've taught you this before. Your feelings magnetize your thoughts. So it's not enough for you to just think it. Create it within your conscious mind. That's creation. But when you start to feel, your feelings are in alignment. That is, I'm not waiting for the manifestation to get here. I am embracing the feeling as though it is already present and already happening and already materialized and realized right now. That accelerates and magnetizes the manifestation of the thing that you created within your conscious mind. But when you are following an emotional and psychological pattern that is disjointed, your both masculine and feminine energy of productivity is misaligned. They're missing each other. You are misfiring. Then you are sterile and unable to produce. And this collision of energy is going to bring clarity to what has caused sterilization and stagnation in your creative manifestation. Woo! I'm telling you, January the 7th, 8th, and 9th, reaching its apex, its peak on the 8th. This is the time for you to do a lot of journaling, meditation, affirmation, prayer, and shadow work during those 3 days, especially on the 8th, to get some clarity and bring some healing and alignment to your masculine and feminine energy, which is the seed of causation and effect. Okay? Are y'all following me? Are you following me? Okay? Capricorn forces you to begin to ask the questions like, are you being emotionally honest with yourself? Are you emotionally honest, or have you become emotionally convenient? Whew. I'm going to let that sit for a minute. I'm going to let that one sit right there in the middle of your chest. Are you emotionally honest, or have you become emotionally convenient? Emotionally, psychologically available and convenient, and not psychologically or emotionally honest, true with yourself. Oh, come on. You don't have to answer in the comments, but you certainly need to answer that question to yourself. Am I psychologically and emotionally honest with me? Or have I made myself psychologically and emotionally convenient for others? I'm going to take a drink on that one. That's good tea. You need to think about that. You need to think about that. Ask yourself the question and then answer to yourself. Am I emotionally and psychologically honest with myself, my true, authentic self? Or have I twisted and morphed myself to become emotionally and psychologically convenient for the others around me? Because when you make yourself emotionally and psychologically convenient, you are doing your soul a disservice. And you are honestly doing a disservice to the people around you as well. They may not think so, but you are. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Sammy says, wow, you're speaking to me. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm speaking to all of us. I had to ask myself these hard questions as well. Okay? I'm serious. You are doing a disservice to yourself as well as to the people around, even though they don't recognize it as a disservice. They think you're doing them a favor, that you're doing something, that you're being complacent and compliant, and they think that you're making them happy. But yes, Sharon, there's the word I was getting ready to say it. What you're really doing is enabling them, and you are becoming codependent. Enablement and codependency going hand in hand. Let me say again, all of you who are coming in late, please announce yourself as you come in. Just say hi in the comments so that we'll know who you are. We'll know that you're on the live with us. The numbers have gone up significantly. So please just say hello or hi or something in the comments so I'll know who's on with me. Okay? Yes. So when you have to answer this question, and I am going to say it one more time. Are you psychologically and emotionally honest with yourself? Or are you twisting yourself into pretzels and tying yourself into knots to be emotionally and psychologically convenient for others? Answer that question to yourself. Don't put the answer in the comments. It's nobody else's business. I want you to answer it to yourself. Okay? Okay? Because listen, watch this. Ooh, thank you. This is good. Lord have mercy. Because when you are constantly trying to make yourself emotionally and psychologically convenient for others, that's a trauma response. That's a survival skill. Curate, day in the morning. Did you hear what I said? I said that is a trauma response. That is a survival skill that you've learned over a period of time in order to gain what you think is the favor of people around you. To get people to be at peace with you, or to like you, or to think well of you, or to think good of you. It is a trauma response. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So you are betraying your own emotional, psychological self to become emotionally and psychologically convenient for others. That is a trauma response. Woo! It's a survival mechanism. It's a survival mechanism. It is enabling and it is codependency. Because if I can get you to like me, then it feeds my egoic self and makes me feel better about myself. Are you hearing me? Huh? So now your psyche, your physical body, even your nervous system is out of alignment. It is out of alignment, all disjointed, firing in all different wild and woolly ways, in wrong directions, if you will, misfiring, because you have not brought into alignment what I feel, what I choose, and what I tolerate. Woo! Curate, day in the morning, did you hear that? Because you have not brought into alignment or created a structure around what I feel, what I desire, what I choose, and what I tolerate. And you find yourself tolerating the intolerable because you're trying to be emotionally convenient for the people around you. If you got to bite your tongue, you're not free. You're not operating in your authentic self. You are biting your tongue. That is a restraint. That is a trauma response. Are you hearing me? That is a constraint that you are putting on yourself and saying, self, let me suppress you so that we can be emotionally and psychologically convenient for the people around me and not hurt their feelings and not upset them or not cause them to think ill of me or feel differently about me. So I'm just going to hold my peace. But it's not peace that you're holding, because others may be at peace, but you are in turmoil. Come on, talk to me now. You are in inner conflict and struggle. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And so this conjunction of energies, as the masculine and feminine, Venus and Mars, align themselves in Capricorn, is going to give you the kind of clarity and courage that you need to no longer live in that space where you are making yourself psychologically and emotionally convenient for others rather than being psychologically and emotionally honest and authentic with yourself. Oh, I like that. Sharon said, I broke out of that in my hell season this year. I didn't realize how much my life was filled with pleasing others. My self-worth was all tied up in that. That, man, I can bear with. Are you hearing me? I can relate to what you are saying. I've been there, done that. Been there, done that. Okay? I'm telling you. And it is an unhealthy place to be. It affects your psyche, it affects your emotions, and as a result, it starts to affect you physically as well. You can find yourself being physically ill and not even knowing the cause of it, not even knowing that it's tied to how you have suppressed your authentic self, trying to be emotionally and psychologically convenient for other people. Woo! You see, you are a flow, a free-flowing stream of energy pulsating in this three-dimensional form, this spiritual body that you are. You are a spirit, a divine, infinite, limitless, boundless spirit. And when you start operating from a place of suppression and constraint, you are trying to hold down and compress and suppress that infinite part of your being. It's what Thessalonians call quenching the spirit. Yeah, that's what it is. It's not, the people shouting and dancing and somebody starts saying, okay, all right, y'all saying, oh, he quenching the spirit. They ain't got nothing to do with no quenching no spirit. That's telling you to stop being so emotionally overwhelmed and so we can move on and have some order. Quenching the spirit is when you are suppressing your authentic self, your authentic spirit, your boundless, infinite, limitless spirit, so that you can be emotionally and psychologically convenient and pleasing and acceptable to others. You are quenching your spirit. You are denying your truest, authentic self. That does you a disservice, and it does a disservice to the people around you. It's a disservice to the world. Because you can't tap into your authentic purpose, your original intent for being here, if you are suppressing who you really are. God does not bless who you pretend to be. God blesses who you are. Woo! Did you hear what I say? It does not prosper who you pretend to be. It prospers who you are. It does not evolve, expand, and explore and accelerate who you pretend to be. It only does that for who you authentically are. Are you hearing me? And so what this window of time is going to do is hold up this mirror and give you this rare, intensified energy. If you take advantage of it, this anointing, this power to rechannel now and repattern your way of being as being emotionally and spiritually, psychologically honest and align with your truest self. I'm encouraging you on the 7th through the 8th, especially on the 8th, to sit in a silent, quiet place using the map, meditation, affirmation, and prayer to really do some serious shadow work, look inward, and begin to see clearly where you have shrunk yourself, not shrinked, shrunk yourself. Honey, I shrunk the kids. And unconstrain and untie and tether yourself so that you're able to live in your authentic truth. Whew. I spent way more time on this one than I intended to, and it's already been an hour, but I'm not going to rush through this. So y'all, those who can hang, those who can't, I understand, do what you got to do. But I'm going to go through all three of these. Okay, that's the first one. All right. Everybody understand? Anyone have any questions about that part? Okay? I want you to be in tune with your capacity to honestly assess your true feelings, and let them produce authentic emotions, energy in motion. Remember, feelings and emotions are not the same. Feelings are what produces emotions. It's what lays the groundwork of the pattern for your energy in motion to follow. Okay? It's the line, it's the cable line that shoots that energy, that channels that energy toward where you want it to go. Okay? So, your capacity to feel your truest, honest, most authentic feelings and psychological conscious awareness carries value. Okay? That is the Venus receptivity. Remember, that's the feminine, the receiver. Okay? In other words, when you start talking about your receptivity, your feelings, that Venus, your feminine nature, ask yourself these questions like, what am I really feeling? Some of you are so quick to become emotionally and psychologically convenient for others that you just fly right past your feel and you confuse what you really feel for that imitation that you've been trained and patterned to shoot up in order to appease others, that now you're not even really aware of what your true feelings are. So I want you to pause now. Going forward throughout the remainder of the year, ask yourself these questions. What am I really feeling about this, about that person, about this situation, about this circumstance, about what's going on around me? What is it that I'm really feeling? And then ask the question, what is it that I truly desire? Not what someone else is trying to impose upon me, not what I've been trained or patterned into thinking that I deserve. What is it that I truly desire? What do I desire? Not what anyone else may want me to desire? What is it that I desire? What am I feeling? What am I feeling? And what do I truly desire? And then ask yourself, are my feelings aligned or misaligned with what I desire? Man, what I'm teaching you right now is powerful. Listen, ask yourself, what am I really feeling? And then what is it that I truly, authentically desire? And then ask, are my feelings aligned or misaligned with my desires? If they're misaligned, then I am cutting off manifestation. In order for me to get the manifestation, I have to align my authentic, true feelings with my authentic, true desires. What is it that I'm feeling? And what is it that I'm desiring? And do these two things align? And if they don't align, then figure out which one is the problem. Is it what I'm feeling or what I'm desiring? Am I desiring something outside of the parameter of what is a part of my highest vision and version of myself? Or is that old psychological training, that trauma response, now generating a feeling that misaligns with what I truly desire? That feeling that says you don't deserve this, you can't have this, that's not for you, you're not smart enough. Hello? That's not real. It's not possible. Sound familiar? Come on. Okay? Figure out what's misaligned and then bring those two things into harmonious alignment. Both your authentic feeling with your authentic desires. What am I feeling about this? What am I feeling about this relationship, about this situation, about this circumstance, about this around me? What am I feeling about it? And what is it that I truly desire? And then ask, do my desires and feelings align or misalign? Are they aligned harmoniously, flowing in the same direction? Or are they in conflict with each other? So they say you are in the house, but of course you know that. I'm just giving you what the Spirit has given me. I'm telling you. Okay? You don't want this. You want them aligned and flowing freely. Free flow. That brings about that accelerated manifestation. What is it you're feeling? What is it that you're desiring? I'm trying to move on to the next thing, but more keeps emerging about this. I'm telling you, this repatterning is so important because we have been tied and tethered to these trauma responses, these old patterns of how we act, behave, masking our true feelings, our true desires, putting on these costumes in order to appease others, trying to shrink ourselves to be emotionally and psychologically convenient for others. This window of opportunity, of this surge of energy, this anointing that is present from the 7th to the 9th is going to give you the kind of spiritual, emotional, psychological clarity for you to begin to repattern your behavior, to create new neural pathways, a new way of thinking, feeling, because it will be aligned with your authentic, truest self. You become psychologically and emotionally honest with yourself. If you are not in a place of honesty emotionally and psychologically with yourself, then you will consistently live a lie for the convenience of other people. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me? But when you align your receptivity, that feminine energy within you, then you can start to feel your true, authentic feelings without shame. Are you hearing me? You start trusting your feelings and the emotional signals that are generated from those feelings, because you are feeling without shame, without embarrassment, without feeling uncomfortable, like I shouldn't feel this, I shouldn't desire this, I shouldn't want this, I shouldn't, it's not possible, it's not right, it's not good. Many of you are the victim of religious patterning. That religious ideology has written a pattern within your psyche that tricks you into thinking that you shouldn't desire or feel certain things. That's wicked. Saved folk don't feel like that. If you had the Holy Ghost, you wouldn't feel that. That's bull crap. That is nonsense. Don't let these religious churchy folk have you around here having ulcers and high blood pressure because you're trying to force your true feelings down so that you can be emotionally and psychologically convenient and aligned with a lie. Denying who you really are and what you really feel. Are you hearing me? Feel your feelings without judgment. Lord, I heard that. I said, feel your feelings without judgment. Don't you judge yourself and don't allow yourself to be judged by others. Feel your feelings no matter what they are, as long as they are true and authentic. Feel it without judgment, without shame, without guilt. You feel angry? Feel it. You ain't upsetting God because you angry. You feel anger. Are you hearing me? Feel your feelings. You feel grief? You feel sad? Feel it. That is not a lack of faith or you done lost your joy. You are just having an authentic feeling. Feel it. Give yourself permission to feel your feelings without shame. You feel desire, or we call it horny, feel it. Without shame, without guilt. I swear to God, religious folk, church folk, I have you around here thinking that it's a sin and the devil and a spirit of lust because you feel horny. The devil is a liar. That imaginary devil and demon and all their grandmamas and sisters are liars. Those feelings are natural. They are normal. They are physiological. Give yourself to feel your feelings. Give yourself permission to feel your feelings without shame. And then, like I said, ask, what is it that I'm truly feeling? And what is it that I desire? And then do my feelings and desire align harmoniously? And if they do, then pursue it. Go after it. Embrace it. Okay? Sharon said, let me stop putting some of these comments on. Y'all making some good comments. Sharon said, that part still makes me angry. Not supposed to desire anything or have feelings. You're about to start a blazing fire. Now, I still ain't delivered from that. Okay. But I'm telling you, this window of time is your window of deliverance. because you will see clearer than ever before in this window where you have been a victim of that, and you can walk out of it. Walk away from it. Give yourself the permission to feel what you feel. Okay? When you start to suppress those feelings, when your emotions are ignored and numbed and intellectualized and spiritualized and religiousized. Religiousized is not a word, but I made a new word, put it in my dictionary. That's the Miles Dictionary. Religiousized. then your feelings to you start to feel unsafe. They start to feel uncomfortable. They feel unsafe. They feel almost overindulgent. Ooh, I ain't supposed to be feeling that. Who said so? Who decided you're not supposed to feel that? And if you weren't supposed to, then why are you feeling it? Who says you're not supposed to feel it? You are a divine spirit having a human experience. You're going to have a whole plethora of feelings. Feel them authentically, without shame, without guilt, and without suppressing them, constraining them, without judgment. Are you hearing me? Don't do it. Simply do not do it. Okay? Because church folk will have you feeling bad and guilty about everything. Have you thinking that you feel guilty for taking a rest, for sitting down, for saying no. I'm tired. I can't do this. I'm not going to do that. I choose not to do this or participate in that because I need to get some rest. Oh, you going to put your rest before God, before Jesus? Yes. Because that is godly. Hello? It is godly. Yeah, I'm serious. They'll have you around here thinking that there's something wrong with you for desiring rest or desiring pleasure. You ain't got no business desiring pleasure. What kind of stupid behind stuff is that to say? Of course you do. We all desire pleasure, and all of us have different pleasure centers. What may bring me pleasure may not bring you pleasure. And what you find pleasurable may not be pleasurable to me. But you ought to be able to think and feel and desire what's pleasurable to you without guilt and without shame and without judgment. That's healthy. That's healthy humanity. Whew. Lord have mercy. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you people? Okay? Stop letting these religious folk put you in some kind of a box, some kind of guillotine or stockade that's got you all confined and constrained, and you can't turn to the left or the right. You can't move your hands or nothing because everything you do is the devil. It's a sin. It's ungodly. That's wicked. From the man-made religion. Nonsense. Free yourself. Are you hearing me? And no, you don't have to act on every feeling. Because again, the third question, does the feeling align with my desire? And does that desire align with my highest and truest version of myself? So no, you don't have to act on every feeling. Sometimes I feel like I want to slap the taste out of somebody's mouth. Okay, that's a feeling. It's an authentic feeling. And it may align with my desire as well. I may really desire to slap the taste out of their mouth. But it does not align with the highest vision and version of myself. So what do? I give myself permission to feel what I'm feeling, to feel that desire. It's okay. And even though I'm not acting upon it, it's okay that I feel it. Because it'll pass. But I'm not going to sit there and suppress it and pretend like I don't feel like it. No. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Whew. Boy, that's a whole lot of time I spent on that section, huh? And that's just the receptive. That's the feminine part. We didn't even talk about the masculine end of it as because the feminine is the receptivity. That's the receiver. Okay, the masculine, which is Mars, which is Mars is about agency, having the capacity and the right to choose, to act, to decide, and even to protect. Are you hearing me? That's the masculine side of it. To make decisions and to initiate actions that align with my feeling and desire. See, this is what I was talking about earlier. It's like, because I have the feeling and I have the desire, doesn't mean that I always act upon it. But alignment, full alignment, is when I can bring both the feminine and the masculine. The feminine is the feeling and the desire. The masculine is the action. It's the taking action. It's the capacity to choose. It's making the decision. It is acting on the desire and the feeling. And in some cases, it's the protection. That I am choosing not to do what I feel or desire. Even that is an action. It is just a protective action. I am protecting who it might harm, including me. Because if I slap the taste out their mouth, I might go to jail. Are you hearing me? That's the masculine. The masculine is about the action. It's the capacity to act, to do, to choose, or to protect. It makes decisions or initiates actions. It sets boundaries and has no problem saying no. I'm not going to do this. I am not going to accept that. I'm not going to tolerate this, that, or the other. No. I will not subject myself to X, Y, Z in this situation, circumstance, relationship, or connection. No. That's the masculine. That's the Mars. Are you hearing me? And during this window that is open, you're going to gain more clarity about the times that you should have said no, or you should have taken a decisive action. And you'll be more clear going forward in the future about when you should say yes and when you should say no, when you should take action, when you should move forward, when you should protect. You are going to become very clear and confident about your decision making moving forward. If you take advantage of this window, if you do what I'm telling you, and I'm going to tell you some exercises to do at the end to really fully take advantage of this anointing that's present during this window of time. So just hang with me. I'm going to give you some exercises that are going to really help you to be able to implement all of the principles that I'm teaching you right now. Hang in there with me. Okay? But when your masculine energy is rightfully aligned, fully aligned harmoniously, you begin to make decisive decisions, act decisively without aggression, without anger, without malice or maliciousness. You're just being decisive. Yes, no. Not trying to explain it, and I'm not doing it to hurt nobody or hurt or disenchant anyone or cause anyone harm. I am making a decision for what is best for me, what best serves and aligns with my truest self. You become decisive. None of this heeing and hawing. Well, let me think about it. I don't know. Let me, you already know the answer. Oh, you know the answer. But you say, let me think about it so that you can try and maybe find a way to justify doing what they want you to do. When deep within your heart, you know the answer ought to be no. You are suppressing that masculine energy and forcing it now to take action or not take an action that aligns with your true, authentic desire and feeling. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying to you up in this place? Are you picking up what I was putting down? Okay? That masculine energy is what causes you to take action, make a decision, to pursue the things that really matter to you. Go ahead, Dave. Ooh, I said to pursue the things that really matter to you. How many of you who are listening to me right now know that there are some things that really matter to you, that are important to you, that you truly authentically desire, but you have hesitated to take action on it? You have suppressed it, that masculine part energy, and just sat back and procrastinated or made up excuses to not pursue it. And you already know that if you pursued it, you'd be successful at it, you could do it, it would work, it would explode, it would expand, it would change your life, it would uplift you. Yet you are sitting there going, nah, maybe I should. I'm not going. I'm gonna just leave that alone. I'm not gonna bother that. And you are suppressing that masculine energy. Come on, talk back to me, because I know you in here. I know you listening to me right now, even though you ain't saying nothing in the comments. I know you listening, and I know that I'm knocking on your front door, and I'm standing in your living room right now. Hello? So you are neglecting to pursue what's really important to you because you are concerned about what that pursuit, what making that choice, how it's going to affect other things and other people around you. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Are you hearing what I'm saying? This is not about shrinking and self-denial. Okay? This is about freeing yourself to fully be your authentic self and freeing yourself to experience your true self. That's right, Sharon. Sharon said you can, let me put that on the screen. She said, because you can completely miss purpose that way. You can. You can. You can. Purpose is sitting right out there in front of you. You can feel it. You can sense it. You desire it, but you fail to act on it because you're concerned about how it's going to impact other people around you, what they're going to think, how they're going to feel about it, or what it might cost you, what you might lose. Oh, I just opened another can of worms then. What it might cost you, what I might lose, what I might have to deal with, what I might suffer if I actually go after this and put my all in the pursuit of this if I really start pursuing what matters to me? How am I going to do it? What if it don't work? What if it does? And if it's your purpose, it can't help but work. Y'all ain't hollering back at me now. Come on. Remember, it's not the seed or the soil. When you put the seed into the soil, it naturally grows. So if it's not, the growth is not taking place, the problem is not the seed or the soil. You have to start asking, what's preventing the seed and the soil from doing what it was designed to do? Am I suppressing the seed and the soil and keeping it from blossoming and growing? Are y'all hearing me? Because I keep suppressing that masculine energy within me, the part of me that plants the seed, that causes procreation to be set in motion. Whew. And so now I'm impotent, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically impotent. Or I'm like air in the Bible, who instead of planting the seed in the womb, he spilled the seed on the ground. Lord have mercy. It's not that I'm impotent. Instead, it's not that I'm impotent. It's not that I can't rise to the occasion. But instead of putting the seed where it belongs, I'll take it and spill it on the ground. So it's unproductive. And it doesn't bring about conception. Hello? Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? Come on. So when you embrace and align that masculine energy, you pursue what really matters to you. You pursue it. You start to establish and then enforce boundaries. I know I just cussed some of you right there. You start to establish and enforce boundaries. What you will and will not allow, what you tolerate and will not tolerate, what you'll accept and not accept. Boundaries. Healthy boundaries. Come on. Come on. Some of you are like a city without walls. Anybody can just come running in and out, in and out, in and out. Whenever they want to, track up the ground with their feet dirty, hands dirty, and leave dishes all in the sink and everything else because you have no boundaries. So they just know that they can just use you up any way that they feel. Run in and out of your life, in and out of your circumstances with you, in and out of contact. Call you when they feel like it, don't call you when they don't want to. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Talk to you when they feel like it, don't talk to you. Love you, then don't love you. Like you, don't like you. Up and down, in and out. No boundaries. No consistency. Ooh, I got to the relationship end of it, which is the next part I want to deal with. So I'm going to stay away from that and leave that for the relationship piece. Okay? But when you are in that masculine, when the masculine is aligned with the feminine, you not only have the receptivity to receiving, but you have the action that sets boundaries, healthy boundaries, and pursues those things that really matter to you. It gives you that kind of agency, tenacity, hunger, drive. Are you hearing me? All right. Let's talk about relationships. Man, y'all okay? It's been an hour and 45 minutes. I still got 2 more to go. I'll try not to be so bogged down in each one of these, but I'm telling you. Yes. Yes. Good Lord. Toya said, needless to say, some of these are family members as well. You need to have boundaries with them. You absolutely do. Absolutely do. All right, remember, we were talking about emotional, psychological repatterning. Now I want to talk about the second one, which is about relationships. Okay? From chemistry to capacity. Relationships. This is the second one. All right? Venus and Mars in Capricorn shifts your attraction toward consistency, emotional maturity and availability, follow through, and I'm going to call it nervous system safety. I'll explain. Okay? I'll explain. Consistency, emotional maturity and availability, follow through, and nervous system safety. You're going to find that as you enter into this window, that certain things are going to start to become very unattractive to you. That what you were once attracted to and could not understand why you were attracted to it, because you keep saying, you come to the wrong conclusion that all these men are just like this. All these women are just like this. But the truth is, you attract not who you want, but who you are. Every man I've been with has been, every woman has been, Why I keep attracting them? Well, here's the other part of the question that you need to ask. Not just why are you attracting them? What you need to ask is, why are you attracted to them? Come on now. Why? Because every one of them, no matter how it turned out later on, and you talk about how much of a dog they were and how terrible they were and how much they hurt you, there was a point that you were attracted to them. They fooled me. They tricked me. They deceived me. No. They might have deceived your consciousness, but they didn't deceive your energy. They didn't deceive your spirit. They didn't deceive your spirit. How you know? Because I know what the scripture teaches and I know what the principle is. That the job of the Spirit of God within you, which is not only in you, through you, but as you, is to lead and guide you into all truth and to show you those things which are to come. Now, either you're saying that God did not do its job, or you ignored God, overrode the Spirit in you to feed that maladaptive attraction that you have. Why are you attracted to chaos? Not why are these chaotic people attracted to you? Why are you attracted to chaos? Why are you attracted to cheaters, liars? Y'all ain't gonna holler back at me. Why are you attracted to people who are emotionally unavailable or immature? Why are you attracted to abusive, psychologically, physically, sexually, spiritually abusive relationships? Why? Why do I keep going from one bad relationship to another? That's a good question to ask. But the deeper question is, not why do you keep attracting people like that, but why are you always attracted to them? You attracted Chuck and Stan and Billy, and all three of them were the same person in a different body. Yet you were attracted to all three of them. They were not just attracted to you. You were attracted to them. And you found yourself choosing to be in a relationship with all three. Oh, come on. I know this is a real hard one to swallow right now because we don't want to hold ourselves accountable. It's much easier to play the victim and blame the other people. They were just a liar and an abuser. They were a user. They did this, that, and then arrive to that false conclusion. All men, all women. You don't know all men and all women. You only know the little small number of people that you've encountered. And so you need to start asking, why is it that you continue to choose the same kind of person again and again and again in a different body? Y'all made me take my glasses off now. Come on. What? Come on. That's right, Toy Toy said you got to take the bitter with the sweet. Come on. Why do you keep choosing the same person? The same breath and britches. My apostle used to say that. I still say it to this day. I got that from him. He ain't nothing but breath and britches. You keep choosing the same breath and britches. You keep choosing the same person in a different body, at a different age, in a different location, in a different city. And you keep thinking it's all men, or it's the men in the area, or the women in the area where I live. That's what it is, or the people that I'm around. Oh, child, yeah, I need to get around different people. I need to move to a different city. I need to go somewhere else because the people here, man, these men or these women here, they ain't this, that, and the other. No. I'm here to bust your little bubble. There are good, healthy, decent, wonderful people every place in the world. The question is why you keep choosing the people that are out of alignment, misaligned with who you are. Could it be because of how you are viewing you? And so you are matching and choosing an energy, a vibrational frequency that aligns with your own trauma. And so because it aligns with something that is familiar, it feels comfortable and it feels right. Until it doesn't. Could it be that you are so desperate for what you have designed within your own mind that a relationship will offer you? You've created an identity around relationship that you are willfully choosing, overriding the leadership, the unction of the Spirit of God within you that is trying to lead you into all truth and show you those things which are to come, overriding it all because you are so desperate to feel wanted, loved, appreciated, and valued. And even though that person does not really make you feel that way, you convince yourself that they do with the slightest bit of effort from them. You see effort when there is none. Great day in the morning. Well, they trying. Well, they are trying. Well, they did do this. They did do that. Well, normally they would act this way, but this time they did that. I guess, yeah, you know. Come on. Come on, talk to me now. Come on. We're going to turn it back toward where it really belongs. We ain't blaming nobody else, because you are nobody's victim. You are nobody's victim. I'm going to say it again. You are nobody's victim. You are not a victim. You are making choices to enter these relationships with the full spiritual knowing, even if it's not in your conscious knowing. Your spirit knows this ain't for you. This doesn't align. This is not harmonious. Hello? Are you hearing me? Because you're looking for comfort instead of confirmation. Crap. Man, y'all gonna make me throw something at this screen. Let me drink my tea. I said you looking for comfort instead of confirmation. Ooh, that's good right there, Toya. Toya said, you're creating an illusion and trying to make it the truth. That's good right there. Are you hearing me? Because you're looking for comfort and not confirmation. Hello? You're not even looking for consistency. They're as inconsistent as they could possibly be. But you make an excuse for their inconsistency. I'm talking about romantic relationships, sexual relationships, business relationships, strategic relationships, spiritual relationships, whatever kind of relationship it is. You making excuses for their inconsistency. Somehow to justify it. Well, I know they busy. I know they got a lot going on. I know that this, that, and there's a lot of demand on their time. Every kind of excuse for their inconsistency. Because secretly within you, you don't think you deserve consistency. You think it's being acceptable and humble to tolerate inconsistency. Hello? They're not consistent, not emotionally mature, emotionally available. And you're accepting it. They have no follow through. Always promising. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do better, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. And never follow through. Romantic, emotional, intimate, sexual, business, religious, spiritual, on friendship, whatever relationship it is. How is the follow through? Well, you can trust me. I'm gonna do. You can trust me. I will never. I won't ever. I will, and I won't, and I will. Talking loud, as James Brown said, and saying nothing. That's before y'all time. Most of y'all too young to know anything about that. That's an old James Brown song. Okay? Making all these empty promises. But wait a minute. You're accepting it. You said you were going to. Oh yeah, baby. I forgot. I got things got busy. Things got out of hand. Okay, I understand. I understand. How many times you gonna understand? I'm not telling you to not be flexible. I'm not telling you to not be understanding. But there's understanding, and then there's being a doormat. Making yourself psychologically and emotionally available for their convenience. You're a psychological booty call. An emotional booty call. Come on. Come on. They're not committed to you. They're not committed to the friendship, to the relationship, to the business, to the idea, to the concept. They just come around when they want to feel good. And they know that you're going to be available. So they call you at 3 a.m. What you doing? I was just thinking about you. So you're the emotional booty call. You're the psychological booty call. Y'all ain't hearing me. You are the friendship booty call. Hello? Hello? You are the parental booty call. Oh, y'all ain't gonna holler back at me. Now, I know I just struck one right then. How many of you got children? You don't even hear from them until they need something. Never call to just say, hey, how you doing? Hope you're doing all right. Just checking in on you. Hey, just called to talk to you. And just miss hearing your voice. No. It's always I need, I want. And if they don't, then you don't hear from them. Because you are the emotional booty call. Ooh. I need everybody to write in the comments the question. I don't want you to answer it. I just want you to write the question. Am I the booty call? Am I the booty call? Am I the side chick? The side ninja? Am I just the friend that they call when they need something? When they want something? When it's convenient for them? Am I compromised to the point where they don't even put forth an effort to even make a good excuse anymore for their inconsistency, for their emotional inavailability or immaturity, for their lack of follow through? And this is why I talked about nervous system safety, because when you consistently accept that kind of devaluation, it affects your nervous system. It starts to affect you physically. And you are training your nervous system and neural pathways within your brain to think that is all you deserve. That is all you are worthy of. And so now your nervous system is no longer safe because it's working against you. Am I the booty call? Hello? Now you got to answer that for yourself. Are you the booty call? Mr. and Mrs. Run to it, step up to the plate, always there, always consistent. Let me fix it. Let me handle it. I'm here for you. You can talk to me. You can lean on me. You can trust me. Or I'm on the way. I'm coming to the run. I'm coming to the rescue. Here I come to save the day. Y'all remember Mighty Mouse? No, y'all too young for Mighty Mouse. Y'all know nothing about no Mighty Mouse. Okay? Hello? Because you have made yourself emotionally and psychologically available for their convenience. And you have set no boundaries to what is acceptable. So you accept their hot and cold behavior. Love you today, don't want to talk to you the next day. Calling every day for about a week or two, then you don't hear from them about a month. Then they call again. I just got busy. Things just got crazy. Things just... Hello? Or you're in an undefined relationship. So like, what is this? Why we gotta put a label on it? Why we got to call it anything? Can't we just let it be? No, nigga. I'm sorry. That slipped out. Hell no. No. We need to have a defined, the labels help to define the relationship. I ain't just talking about romantic. I'm talking about business relationships. I'm talking about camaraderie. I'm talking about social relationships. I'm talking about whatever it is. Friendships. Labels help to define the parameters and set the expectations. Do you realize that there are a number of people in your life that you call friend that are not your friend? You are their friend, but they're not your friend. Come on, chew on that one for a minute. Chew on that one for a minute. You are their friend, but what value do they add to your life? Y'all ain't gonna talk back to Lord. Is it mutual? What value are they adding to your life? Can you depend on them? Can you call on them? Are they always there? Are they consistent? Are they emotionally available? Or are you just a friend to them, but they're not a friend to you? But you're so desperate to have a friend that you'll label it friendship even though it's one-sided. Ooh. You constantly showing them how much you love them, you honor them, you respect them, you admire them, you consider them, you value them, you prioritize them. And they ain't showing you nothing. Nothing. As a matter of fact, they've showed you just the opposite. That they don't value you. They don't prioritize you. That you're not that important to them. No. It's not that you're not important to me. It's not that I don't prioritize you. It's just that I got all these other things. Priorities. You don't understand what I'm doing to try to make the time to be able to. You ain't making time. You can't make any more time. Time is set. You are choosing how you manage your time. And you are choosing in your management of time to put me last. I don't have time. Yes, you do. All you have is time. How are you managing the time? And how do they manage their time as it relates to you and that relationship? Because if it's important to them, they prioritize it. If the business relationship is important, you ain't got to force it. If it don't fit, don't force it. Just relax and let it go. Y'all remember that song? That's another old one. I'm full of these old songs tonight. If the business relationship is important, they prioritize it. They're going to keep the lines of communication open just like you are. You both prioritize it. There's equal prioritization. If the friendship is important to both of you, you prioritize it. If the romantic relationship, sexual relationship is important, you both prioritize it. You value it. You protect it. You shield it from hurt, from harm, from anything that could bring it pain or destruction. You don't want to lose it, so you make your decisions and choices, your actions in alignment with those things that show the value of it to you. Are you hearing me? People who lie and cheat on you, they don't value you or the relationship. And no, they just made a mistake. They didn't make a mistake. They made a choice. Oh, I know that one's tight. I'm going to let that one sit there and let it bubble up inside of you for a minute. I made a mistake. No, you made a choice. Now, the choice may have been a mistake, because the word mistake literally means to misjudge or mischaracterize a thing. That's what the definition of mistake is. That you are misjudging it, mischaracterizing it, that you have a wrong perception of the consequence of this particular choice. That's the definition of mistake. So you have made a choice that has produced a consequence that you never even considered would be the outcome. Hello? And this window of energy, of anointing, that will be open from the 7th to the 9th is going to bring about clarity because it's in Capricorn. Venus and Mars are meeting simultaneously in Capricorn, masculine and feminine. Because it's being settled in Capricorn, you are going to have more clarity about the relationships in your life and start to finally look at them through truth and authenticity and not these rose-colored glasses that you've painted and wore on your face so that you can justify being in a neglectful, abusive, devalued relationship. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Ooh, is there anybody that can be a witness in here? I know I can't be the only one. But I can bear witness. I can relate. Going out of your way, bending over backwards, showing this person how much you love them, you care for them, you value them, you appreciate them, you honor them, you respect them. You prioritize them, and they ain't showing you shiznit. And you still convincing yourself that they love you, that they value the relationship with you, that you're important to them. But you are. I do love you. Love is not what it says, it's what it does. Come on. Holler back at me. Are you hearing me? Huh? Hello? I value it enough to do those things that align with value, consistency, emotional availability, follow through, to create a safe space for you, that person, to lay their head. Not your physical head. In other words, to unload themselves consciously. Bring down their shields and guards because they feel protected and safe in this relationship with you. And you feel protected and safe in the relationship with them. How many of you are in relationships with people right now where you don't feel protected or safe, but yet you remain? You don't feel valued. You don't feel protected. You don't feel safe. You don't feel seen or heard, understood, or even loved. Yet you are convincing yourself that that garbage that they keep throwing toward you is love. Are you hearing me? Come on. I know, man, you didn't expect for it to go this deep, but we here. We gonna go on in it. Because this conjunction is to help you heal, to bring you to a place, to set a whole new pattern and foundation for the rest of this year and your life moving forward. If you can establish the pattern here in January, it can become your reality throughout the rest of your life. And this is a window of opportunity for you to have this excess anointing, energy, and power to reprogram your conscious mind so that you can start having more healthy relationships in every area of your life, from romantic to business, friendships to sexual. Hello? Are y'all hearing me? Are you hearing what I'm saying? I know, it's tight. It's tight. You have to ask yourself why you have allowed this to continue in your life. Is it anxious attachment? Is it desperation? Is it codependency? You become Captain Saver because you need to feel needed. And you keep thinking that if I do enough, give enough, accept enough, tolerate enough, then I might get a little trinkle of love and feel wanted and appreciated, just a tiny bit. Come on, come on. Because something traumatic happened in your life that brought you to the place of where you feel so unloved, so unheard, so unseen, so unaccepted, that you are so desperate for any level of what even halfway resembles love, acceptance, or appreciation. You will go out of your way, bend over backwards, and twist yourself into pretzels to be emotionally and psychologically available for them and to try and appease them just for the hope that you might get a trinkle. You suck on a cactus with the hope that you might get a drop of water in what is a desert. You sucking on the sand in the hopes that you can get moisture in a desert place. Toya said I had to take some time to truly redefine love because what I was allowing in my life was not love. I'm talking to my friends as well. I'm giving 110% and they were giving me giving me nothing. There it is, that savior complex. You giving 150% for breadcrumbs. Exactly. But you can't blame the people. I don't want you to get it twisted. You can't turn this outward and turn those people into bad people. They are not the bad person. The problem is you. You are the one who chose to try and play savior. To be Captain Saver. To put that cape on. To decide to go ahead and be nailed to the cross and say, go ahead, crucify me. I'll take it. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's okay. I understand. I accept it. It's okay. Oh, I know you love me. I know you care about me. I know you do. Even though everything that you do and say and act and how you behave it says otherwise, I know deep down you really do. Go ahead, nail me to the cross. Dry the nails in my hands. Hello? The problem isn't them. The problem is you and your willingness to accept it. The hardest thing in the world for me was to walk away from someone that I absolutely, desperately, deeply, passionately love. Because I recognized that they didn't love me. They didn't see me, didn't hear me, didn't prioritize me at all. And just kept shoveling shit into my lap and telling me it was sugar. And I sat there eating it up like, yep, it's sugar. Tastes like shit, but it's sugar because they say it's sugar. It's rank, it stank, it tastes like sugar, it tastes like shit, it smells like shit, it feels like shit in my mouth, but they say it's sugar, so I'm gonna just... They weren't the problem. Even though I was angry and upset with them, I was more angry with myself. When I came to the realization of what I was choosing to do, accept, and allow. Come on. Come on. You teach people how to treat you by what you're willing to accept and allow. God almighty, I'm preaching better than y'all saying amen out here in this audience, all on this here, on Beyonce's internet. I said you teach people how to treat you by what you are willing to accept and allow. You train them. So how you gonna get mad at them for doing what you trained them to do? You demonstrated to them that they can drag you through hell and you'll still be there. I love you. I forgive you. It's okay. It's all right. I'm still right here. You hurt me, but you apologized. You said you sorry. You said you admitted you were wrong. Okay. And it was partly my fault because, I made you do it. If I had done this, that, and the other, maybe you wouldn't have did this, that. Hello? Come on. It was difficult. It was painful for me to walk away, to finally choose me. to finally choose me and say it's not okay, it's not acceptable, and I will not tolerate it. I'm worthy of more than that. Are you hearing what I'm saying? This is across the board, all relationships. Okay? Romantic, sexual, sensual, business, friendships, social, religious, spiritual, every kind of relationship, familiar, parental. Are you hearing what I'm saying? When you're not healthy in that space, you accept the inequality of labor and effort. You trying, they ain't trying to do nothing. You putting forth all the effort, they ain't doing jack Jiminy nothing. That's right, Toya. Toya says she's learning how to love herself first. That's right. Because here's the thing. If you don't learn how to love you, then you'll never know what real love for you is. Here's a great assumption that's made in the Bible that was spoken by, purportedly spoken by Jesus. You ready? It's one that you've heard before. When he says to love your neighbor as you love yourself. Great assumption. What's the assumption? The assumption is that you love yourself. He doesn't say love yourself and then love your neighbor. He just assumes that you love yourself and says love your neighbor like you love yourself. The assumption is that you love yourself. Because he's making it from the place of assuming that you are a healthy soul, not a broken one. Because when you don't love yourself, how you love your neighbor is going to be warped. You can't expect a person to love you who doesn't know how to love themselves. Lord have mercy. I'm gonna let that sink in for a minute. I'm gonna let that sink in. So, this window of opportunity is going to hold up a mirror and give you clarity into your relationships. The ones that are healthy, the ones that are not, the ones that you should retain, and the ones that you need to let go. Because they don't align with your authentic self, the highest version of yourself. Because you need to know that you are enough. You don't have to try to be enough and try to be more and you are enough just like you are. You are worthy to be loved, to be honored, to be valued, to be prioritized, to be respected. You are worthy of that. And you need to know that. deep within the fiber of your being, and it needs to inform your thoughts, your words, and your actions. That you enter into every situation, circumstance, and relationship knowing I am worthy. And I don't have to choose to accept anything less than being seen and heard and valued and prioritized and loved and honored and respected. This is a moment of clarity. So you can change the course of the rest of your life, because I'm telling you, that old course is going to bankrupt your business. It's going to bankrupt you emotionally. It's going to bankrupt your heart. And then you'll get to the place where you don't want to let anybody in. Hello. Never going to love anybody else. Never going to open my heart to love anymore. Because I'm tired of the pain. I'm tired of the disappointment. Are you hearing me? And that is a trap. That's not where you want to be. That's not where you want to be. That's not what you were designed to be. You are designed for a relationship, to be a communal person. Every one of us. It's not good for mankind, not a man, mankind to be alone. Singular. That's what that word alone in the Hebrew means, to be singular. We were meant for community, to interconnect with other souls of like mind and like energy. It's not a healthy place to be out here saying, I'm just an island by myself. I don't have no friend. That's a problem. Don't nobody love me and I don't love nobody. That's a problem. Okay? You don't want to get to that place. This is your opportunity to heal and come to wholeness through the realization and the clarity that this cosmic event is creating. Bet you didn't know all of this was involved, huh? All right, I got one more and I'm done. One more and I'm done. It's been 2.5 hours. I am not going to be on here for another half hour. So just the last one is about your creativity and financial power. I'm going to try and keep it brief. But you will see the thread that runs through all three of these. Remember, we talked about the repatterning of your emotional and psychological availability, your psychological and emotional well-being. And then we talked about your relationships, being in a place where you are developing and having healthy relationships. The third one now is about your creativity and financial power. You'll see a through line from all three of these, because one affects all of the others, and all of the others are affected by the one. Your financial power and your that is your ability to create and build wealth. Because remember, you were given the power to create wealth. Hello? Deuteronomy. He's giving you the power to get wealth. That is to create wealth. Is hampered when you are emotionally dysfunctional, psychologically dysfunctional, relationally dysfunctional. And your creativity is stifled. when you are emotionally, psychologically, and relationally dysfunctional and out of alignment. It begins to dampen your creativity. Are y'all hearing me? It dampens, it hinders, it stifles your creativity. And when your creativity is stifled, your financial well-being or your financial power is limited. Your financial power, your ability to get wealth, is inextricably tied to your creativity. Do you hear me? Your financial well-being, your ability to create wealth, prosperity, to manifest abundance is directly, inextricably tied to your creativity. It's not tied to a job. It's not tied to a lottery. It's not tied to an inheritance. It is tied to your creativity. The Spirit of God within you is the source of your supply. And when your creativity is stifled, because your emotional, psychological alignment is disjointed and off, because your relational existence is disjointed, your relationships are all over the place, you are undervalued, underappreciated, not heard, not seen, not understood, not accepted. You keep choosing these bad relationships, whether they are business relationships or romantic. It stifles your creativity. The creativity is now blocked because your whole conscious mind is consumed with all of the pain and the trauma from the prior to. And when your creativity is stifled, you don't work as well even on a job. You're not as productive. You're not as creative. You're not as focused. You're not as visionary. And where there is no vision, people perish, stifle, stagnate. And your financial growth, abundance, increase, prosperity, wealth is shut down and limited. Hello? How many creative ideas have you had emerge within your conscious mind? But because you have a pattern and a programming within your mind to always accommodate and be emotionally and psychologically convenient for others, you push that idea right on out of your head because of what you thought people would think about it or how they would feel about it or how they might or might not respond to it. Thereby shutting down your financial power. Ooh. Come on. Come on. I could go a whole lot deeper, but I'm trying to bring it to a close because it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes. I'm trying not to keep you on here for 3 and 4 hours. Okay? You see, what you love, what you care about, what's important to you deserves structure, strategy. Did you hear what I said? It deserves protection, and it should be compensated. When passion meets purpose, it brings about prosperity. I said when passion meets purpose, prosperity is automatic. what you love, what you are passionate about, is aligned with the thing that you know that you is your original intent, one of your reasons for being, you ain't got to worry about prosperity. Prosperity naturally flows to it. If you don't stifle it by devaluing yourself, like you did in the relationship, and thereby saying, I don't want people to think I'm all about money. I don't want people to think I'm just trying to be greedy, or I'm trying to be slick, or I'm trying to take their money from them. I don't want people to think, I don't want to put it out of their price range and maybe, oh Lord, I don't want them to feel like this and feel like I'm just... Hello? Folks don't have no problem paying for McDonald's or Burger King. They don't have no problem paying for, Ruth Chris or any other type of place. They don't have no problem paying for the Cadillac or the Mercedes or the Porsche. They don't have no problem spending money on vacations, going to Barbados or going to Jamaica. But then when it comes to your product, your creativity, all of a sudden now they got an issue. And there you are succumbing to their issue and saying, well, let me adjust the price because I don't want them to think that I'm just after their money. Devaluing what you have to offer. Therefore stifling your financial growth, your financial power. Just because I'm passionate about a thing doesn't mean that I'm going to give it away for free. And nor should you. Uh-oh. Oh, it's getting real quiet in these comments now. It's getting real quiet in the comments now. Numbers done went down. Boy, we have way more people in the room. Now all of a sudden we down to about 6 or 7 people now. Mm-hmm. But just because you're passionate about a thing doesn't mean you need to give it away. It's a pearl of great price. Hello? And while no one could ever pay you the true value of it, you should value it enough to place a premium on it for them to understand this is not only costly, it's worth it. It's worth it. And if you don't see the value in it, don't make the investment then. But I know the value of it. I can't tell you how many times in the almost 50 years of preaching and ministry that I've gone to places and y'all, anybody who grew up in church, you've heard this before. Preacher, Lord, we can't pay you for what you did, that word you delivered. Ooh, honey, we not even gonna try. We can't pay you. But here's a little token of our love. And that's exactly what it be too, a token. Y'all ain't saying that, come on. And I did that for years thinking that I was doing the humble thing. Years. Never mind all the time, blood, sweat, and tears that I put into learning, growing, expanding my capacity, my vocabulary, my intellect, my insight, and then all the effort and money that I spent to go and be of service. Man, I remember one time I went and did 3 straight solid weeks of revival at this church. Who all the pastor and people got amnesia about what we had agreed to before I got there in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and got there. They didn't have a hotel for me to stay in, didn't have a home for me to go and stay in. I ended up sleeping in the church for 3 years on the pews, for 3 weeks rather, and preach it every single night. Do you know at the end of those 3 weeks, oh, preacher, Lord, you just blessed the house. Oh my goodness, you have revolutionized our life. We can't pay you. We sure can't pay you. But here's a token of our appreciation. They gave me $200. And expected me to be grateful. and appreciative. Come on. Y'all ain't gonna holler back. Come on. Come on. Huh? There's not a person on here that'll walk into Saks Fifth Avenue and just start picking up stuff and expect to be able to just walk out. You going to jail. But you wouldn't do that because you don't even expect that. You know that from the store that you chose to go in, you're going to pay a premium for whatever it is that you pick up. Come on. You already know you walked into the Louis Vuitton store. You are not even going to walk out of there with a small wallet for less than $1,000. And so you don't go walking up there talking about something. Well, you got all this money. This ought to be free. It ain't about the money. Yes, it is. And they're very passionate about what they do, but they're not giving it away for free. Nor should you. Know your value and your worth, and then add tax. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Come on. This window of opportunity is going to give you some clarity. As Mars and Venus align with Capricorn and collide their energy, it's going to give you clarity about what you have been wasting and giving away and devaluing, stifling your financial power and your creativity, all in the name of trying to appease other people and what they might think. Everybody's not your audience. Everybody's not your customer. Okay. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Everybody's not. They just not. You got the genuine Louis Vuitton and you got the knockoff. You got Rolex and you got Timex. Some people go to Walmart, some go to Saks. Let people decide on what their budget will allow and what they desire. Stop trying to be Walmart when you're supposed to be Saks. Stop trying to be Timex when you're a Rolex. Ooh. I gotta quit. It's been almost 3 hours. I gotta quit. I could say a whole lot more about this one right here. About setting your price appropriately. I'm not telling you to overprice something either. You know the value of what you bring to the table. Don't overinflate the value. You setting the value way up here when you know good well the quality is way down here. Oh, God, I could talk about that all night long, especially in this church world. Good God Almighty. In that church world, you got preachers that come through there, man. They don't set their price way up here. And then when they get up in that pulpit, you like, and that's what I paid you for? Because the quality of the product that they bring is down here. But their price range is way up here. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Come on. Know the quality of what you bring and then price it accordingly. Take your gifts seriously. Because if you don't, nobody else will. If you don't value it, ain't nobody else going to value it. If you don't protect it, ain't nobody else going to protect it. Put in place systems that align with the value of your gift and not just hustle. Learn how to turn your inspiration into infrastructure. A lot of you who are watching me right now I have inspiration out the wazoo. You just don't have any infrastructure. You don't have strategy. You don't have a system in place. Ooh. I gotta quit. I gotta quit. I gotta quit. I had this thought and I wrote it down. I'm through. I'm going to read it to you, what I wrote down. I said to myself, desire without responsibility is fantasy. Action without value is violence. And alignment, that's power. Let me say it again. Desire without responsibility is fantasy. And action without value is violence. But alignment, that's power. You get these three in alignment, you're going to see power come breaking through. That's it. Turn your inspiration into infrastructure, strategy. Because you can't just be inspired. Because all you're doing with that inspiration, you just got an idea. You got to have structure and infrastructure, a strategy, a system that supports the idea, the inspiration, so you can turn it into profit. I could say so much more. Like I said, it's been almost 3 hours. I'm 7 minutes away from 3 hours, being on here for 3 hours. And I didn't intend to be on this long. I had a lot to say. I still got a lot more I could say. So, write it in your calendar. January the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Ooh, I said I was going to give you some context on what you can do in order to take advantage of this energy. Okay, so let me do that in the next, 7 minutes? 6 minutes. Okay, I got 6 minutes. Can y'all hang with me for 6 more minutes? And I promise I'm done. I'm going to run through it real quick. Real quick. Because it's not anything that you haven't heard. Number 1, map. Meditation, affirmation, prayer. That's the number 1 thing. Map. Meditation, affirmation, prayer. And we will start our morning meditation again tomorrow morning. I encourage you to meet us at 6 a.m. for morning meditation, prayer, and prophecy, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. until we're done. If you need help with mapping, meditation, affirmation, and prayer, you need to be in our morning. And I'm telling you, it is taking on a whole nother twist now. I told y'all before, there's no more money manifesting Monday, transformation Tuesday, winning Wednesday. No. We graduated now. There was a method to get you into the habit with that flow. Now we're going to graduate and go to a higher, more in-depth level of meditation and affirmation and proclamation and prayer. Tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Okay? So anyway, number 1, map. Meditation, affirmation, prayer. Number 2, journaling. That's where you're going to sit in silence after you've mapped. Sit in silence and allow the Spirit of the Lord to speak from within. Listen to that still, quiet voice and begin to journal what you are hearing. Journal it in detail. The voice of God from within, the voice of the angels and ancestors that are around you. Evoke their presence, welcome it, embrace it, and listen, and then journal. There's a magic in writing. It's all right to type things in your device and other things like that, but I'm just telling you, there's something about writing longhand that just solidifies things. There's a magic in writing. I'm just saying. Okay? So journal. Map. Journal. Here's the last thing. I could do a whole nother teaching just on these 3 things. Mapping, journaling, and then taking action. Act. Act on what you've affirmed, prayed, and meditated upon and journaled. Act on it. You cannot sit back wishing and hoping and expect for it to just drop in your lap. You gotta be able to work. Your wishes won't do it. Wishing has to turn to work. You hear me? And if you desire it enough, you're willing to do the work necessary to get it. Like Jacob wanted Rachel. So he went to Rachel's daddy and said, I wanna marry Rachel. And daddy said, if you work for me 7 years, I'll give you Rachel. And he worked for him for 7 years, and daddy tricked him and handed him Leah instead of Rachel, the old cockeyed daughter. Jacob wasn't paying attention and got tricked and ended up getting Leah. But he wanted Rachel so bad he was willing to work a whole nother 7 years. 14 years of consistent work, focused and dedication in order to get what he desired the most. Come on, do you have Jacob's desire? Do you desire it? Are you passionate enough about it that you're willing to put in the work necessary to obtain it? Even if you hit a detour like a Leah along the way. You thought you had Rachel, but you ended up with a Leah. So you got Leah. Are you going to just settle with Leah and give up on Rachel? Or are you going to go back and continue to work until you get Rachel? Are you hearing me? And my 7 minutes are up. That was a good, quick analogy. That was a real good, quick analogy. Thank you for tuning in tonight. You need to seed into this platform, into this message that you heard tonight. Every one of you that tuned in, make sure that you sow a seed. Those of you who are doing first fruit, here's an opportunity for you to do so. If you have your first fruit ready, you can go ahead and give that tonight as well. But everyone needs to sow and give something. I'm putting on screen the ways that you can give and contribute. You receive 3 hours worth of valuable information. Now demonstrate the value of that information by your seed. You can use CashApp, Zelle, PayPal, or Venmo. I appreciate your generosity. And as you appreciate the opportunity to sow in the good ground and receive a harvest. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see all of you partners on Wednesday, the paid partners on Wednesday, for diving deep. And I'll see everybody tomorrow morning for meditation at 6 a.m. right here at the Emerge Life Enrichment Center. You guys have an absolutely stupendous night, and I love you.
Some of you are even afraid to dream, afraid to imagine. But I'm here to tell you that you are an infinite, limitless, boundless being. Are you willing to do what is necessary to have what you desire?
You've been listening to Apostle Isaac Miles, the disruptive innovator, a mentor, an author, a motivational speaker, an entrepreneur, and the founder and spiritual director at emergelec Life Enrichment Center. Please take a minute to subscribe, like, and share this page. If you'd like to become a partner, you can do so by emailing us at emerge.lifecenter@gmail.com. Again, that's emerge.lifecenter@gmail.com. Once again, thank you for watching.